and we'll lunge every day and she won't do this. Whoa. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah, and if you haven't already met her, this is Vhagar. And we're gonna give you guys a little bit of an update. It's been about a month since our last video on Vhagar and her training. And if you're new here, she is my kill pen rescue horse I bought at the beginning of the year. So I've had her for about 4 months now. She wants some booty scratches. Is what she really wants. You can see her, she's got her little lip and she's enjoying it. But she's been doing really good with her training. We've been doing a lot of groundwork and working on developing these booty muscles in particular. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a bit of an update, see how her riding and training is going, and let's just jump into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little walkthrough of how Vhagar's muscles are developing. She is turned out right now, so she's trying to give all her little tricks for treats, but she already ran out. But her neck is already starting to develop. We haven't groomed her yet, so she's a bit dirty, but you can see more of these muscles starting to develop in her neck as she's been doing a lot of driving. Most of the work she's done over the last month has been on the ground. I believe I might have said that, but yeah, we've just been doing a lot of groundwork. She's had 3 rides this month, and she did really well. I was happy with them. And she had her first drive off property too, so that was really good. Let me give her some scratches. Her booty is starting to fill out a bit more with muscles. The top of her back end is looking better. She's getting rounder, and I would just like to fill in these divots she's got going on right here. So she has the nutrition, she's just needing to build up those muscles, but that's what all the groundwork has been for. And her top line is looking better.
She likes to exercise on her own.
Yes, she loves to exercise on her own. She is a very playful horse, so she runs around here in the paddock and hightails it and gets into all sorts of crazy acrobatics just playing around. And she is always loving the scratches. So that's pretty much an update on her body condition. It's only been a month since you guys have seen her, so you're not gonna see just the biggest difference, but hopefully on the camera you guys can get a little bit of an idea of how things are going. She still loves fist bumping. That's her favorite go-to trick. But she is doing really good, and she had her birthday about 2 weeks ago. So that was really exciting. She is now officially 3. So she's a baby, and she's still gonna be a bit of a leaner built horse for a couple years. But she is looking good. I'm very happy with how she's developing. So let's go ahead and get her groomed up and tacked up so you guys can see how she's doing with her training. So if you guys have been with us since the beginning, you'll notice our tack up area is looking a little bit different. So I have started tacking her up at the trailer instead of the pole we had in our yard. And now that we have a different place to tie her, I actually dug up the pole and moved the deer feeder. So we just have a clear paddock now. There's less obstacles, it's more open space, so I'm sure you guys will enjoy seeing a little bit of a different view. And for all you guys that were worried about tying her to solid objects, not only does she have a leather halter for safety, I saw this at the tack store, and it's like a breakaway plastic device, so if she pulls, it'll just pop off. This pops and this comes off, and it's reusable. So luckily it's not something we've needed, but yeah, she's not a horse that has those issues. I mean, any horse can still get spooked, but the last horse I had, it was a big deal training him through setting back, and we did get it fixed, but it's definitely, setting back is a whole ordeal. So ideally it's not a habit she ever picks up, but it is a little bit of safety for you guys to see. But I'm gonna go ahead and get her all groomed up. And I wanna say a really big thank you. We have been trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we were so blown away. You guys not only got us to 1,000 subscribers, but in the last week, doubled that, and now we have 2,000 of you who have decided to join our journey, and I'm so thankful, and Vhagar is too, and we're just really excited to see where this partnership takes us, and we appreciate all your guys' love and support. So let's get you all groomed up. So she is still shedding a ton. If you guys know of any better shedding products, let me know, because this little scraper, it works, but she's obviously still just got a ton of hair. So any tips or ideas for that are greatly appreciated, because she is one hairy pony. But once we go ahead and get her all groomed and tacked up, I'm gonna start with showing you guys how she's doing on the lunge line. We've had quite a few lunging sessions over the last month, and she's been doing really well. And also, we've been doing a lot of ground driving. So you guys won't get to see her driving in this video, because I don't want to, yeah, because my plan is to ride her, so I don't want to do too much in one day. But maybe for the next video, we can give you guys a little bit more of an update on how she is doing driving and some more of our driving plans, because she is bred to be a driving horse, and she's quite good at it. You have carrot on your lip. There you go. So we're just gonna go ahead and just continue getting a little bit of this dirt off of her. We've had so much rain over the last couple weeks. It is absolutely insane. Yes, it's made it challenging to record and challenging to train, because if it's too muddy to do anything, well, then can't really do much other than ground driving. We can still ground drive when it's muddy, because then we just go out on the road and drive on the road instead of in the field. Yeah, we live in a very quiet area, so it's not like there's a whole lot of cars and traffic and all sorts of things. And it's just a good bit of exposure for her to kind of get her eyes on new things and experiences, and that'll help her for when we start trailering her out places. So trailer loading is definitely something we need to practice on with her. She did amazing when we picked her up from the kill pen, but with this new trailer, she was a little unsure. She got in halfway, so she got her front legs in and kind of poked her nose in and looked around, but she never quite fully got on. But we're just taking in baby steps. I would like for her to be really confident when she does hop on, and get to the point where she can self-load herself and just feel really confident going in and out of the trailer. So that's something we need to train for. We just haven't started yet. We got to move the trailer out so we can set it up for that. We'll definitely be sure to record that, and so you guys can see kind of how I like to get horses who are new to trailering started with trailering, so that they have positive experiences with it. But yeah, well, we've got lots of new video ideas in the works right now. But we wanted to focus on giving you guys a bit more of an update on Vhagar for today. So I'm gonna finish going ahead and brushing her and getting her all checked over, and I'll be back in a sec. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fix her pads real quick. I'm still using a fluffy pad. I like the little bit of shock absorption and extra comfort it provides, but she's been doing really well with her new saddle now that it fits her better. And she's still doing really well with tacking up and everything. So even though I haven't been riding her, I do tack her up, and she does lunge with, she does lunge with the saddle on, and sometimes I will ground drive her with the saddle on as well. So yeah, she's been doing really good with it all. And now that we started tacking up the trailer, she definitely, like, she'll plaster one side against the trailer while I'm tacking up, and then she will switch, you know, when we go to the other side. But let me just go ahead and get all these straps where I need them to be and get the girth hanging before I scoot her over, so I can go ahead and do the other side. She does play with the lead rope, so I have to watch her, because sometimes she will pull the little tail there, And when she pulls the tail, well, then she starts getting untied. So you just kind of have to keep an eye on her with the lead rope. Okay, so she is all tacked up and looking fabulous. She has not been worked much in the last week and a half due to the weather. We did ground drive 2 days ago, so she might have a little bit of extra energy today. I'm not sure, so we'll see and find out, but let's go ahead and get started. But she's been doing a lot better at starting, at least for a second in the walk, and I did fly spray her even though the flies don't want to let off. So if you guys notice, there's gonna be a point here soon where I'm gonna have to spend some time trimming trees because she's gonna take me out there. There you go. She always likes to start off with a little bit of extra energy, and then she works through it. Yeah. Whoa. She's being extra spunky and it's still a little soft over here, so I'm gonna scoot her down a bit so she's not slipping. But she starts off pretty spunky when we work. So she's got a lot of energy. But you guys can tell I've been working on getting her to kind of lower her head a bit, which is something we've been working on, but whoa. Now she got it, whoa. She gets it, and so every time she really lifts her back and lowers her head, we go ahead and give her a break, and that's how I've been getting her to trot a lot nicer and carry herself a bit better. Well, we're gonna go ahead and switch directions and just let her go ahead. And I'm still, when she tries to, she's being a little spazball today. Whoa. Okay, she's being a lot of a spazball today. She always acts her spiciest when we're recording, because I'll go out here like all week and we'll lunge every day and she won't do this a single time. Yeah, I tipped her forward on that one. You're not balanced enough to be doing acrobatics like that. So now, whoa. What I'm doing is trying to get her to change directions more often to kind of work through some of that energy. I know, this is the worst she's ever lunged. Yeah, I'm trying to think through why she might be doing it. There are flies chasing her, but you know, she's always out here, so I don't think it's really the flies. She's been turned out all day and all last night, so it's not like she's been cooped up. And switch, yep. But kind of having to be a bit careful too, because the ground is softer right now. I really want to make sure she's not pulling on the lunge line, because that's what's going to cause her to tip off balance and possibly slip or trip. So even though she's being a little extra spicy, her girth is loose. So I'm going to go ahead and readjust everything real quick since she's being so acrobatic. Right now I'm just adjusting the pads because I've been using a different saddle pad, and I think the way the straps are in this one, like the bottom pad will end up like pushing the top, like it'll pull forward because the other two stay, and I just trying to get the pads a little bit more secure, because we keep getting comments of like, your pad. So just trying to kind of trying to get the pad a bit more, but the white pad, it doesn't do that when I use the white pad. But the white pad is dirty. So the last like 2 weeks I've mostly been ground driving her, and when I ground drive her I don't lunge her, so she's got that going. And then also it's really windy right now, so I don't know if it's the wind, the storm coming in, the flies, despite all the fly spray. Don't quite know exactly why she's got extra spunk. In this situation, I mean, I would keep lunging her a little bit more and just see if she settles. I mean, she's only been working for like 3-4 minutes right now, so she's barely even getting warmed up. Yeah, so I'm gonna lunge her a bit more, see if she settles into the work, and if she does, we'll ride. If she doesn't, we'll reevaluate and see why she is not settling. She's giving me a nice walk right now, so I'm just going to kind of keep her here. She's staring at all the little divots she just made. But that stretching down, that she's doing with her nose, she's not stopping as quickly as she normally does. So I'm kind of trying to work on that as well, because she's normally very quick to stop when you ask her. So if she's not stopping, I want to know why she's not focusing, not listening, and see kind of what's going on in her brain. There, the wind blew. And what I'm doing right now, why I'm asking her to move her back end, is that just kind of puts a brake on her, right? So she pivots on the front end, and that stops her from moving forward. So I'm just kind of taking away her ability to move forward without having to tug on her head or back her up or anything. So let's just keep working and see why you're being a little baby brain today. Kind of got to give her a little bit of grace, because she's acting baby brain today. She is 3. She's just one of those horses that she's normally so sensible, it's easy to forget she's 3. And today's just one of those days where she's reminding you that she is just a baby. So she's doing good walking. And I don't really mind all the acrobatics on the ground. I just mind them when I'm in the saddle. Although some of those rears were a little extra dramatic. So that stretching she's doing. Ooh. Yeah, you need to stay in a smaller circle. Because you're not listening in the bigger circle, so you get to work harder in the smaller circle. Whoa. So that stretch right there is she's asking to switch direction. Oh. Okay. Yeah, she's not as big of a fan of going to the right. So that's always the hardest direction to switch her and keep her going. But to the right, she immediately starts stretching down and asking for a break. You're not gonna turn. She's like, I got away with it last time. Okay. If you guys can see, like, I kind of have to pick up my energy a little bit sometimes when she's trying stuff like that. But you just fix it, drop it, and move on. You don't bring that energy to the next activity. She's leaning on me. I don't want her to lean. Well, I know. I'm bumping you because you're leaning, not because you're... Ooh. And to the right. So yeah, she gets bumps when she's leaning on me, but she thinks I'm bumping to try and stop her, or she's gonna try and take advantage of it to stop. But I really don't want her leaning too hard on the rope because that's what's gonna make her slip. There you go. And oh, yeah, you made it past your little sticky spot, so we gave you a stop. Well, she is walking much better and listening a bit better now. I think we're probably gonna skip the ride for today just because she used a lot more energy on the lunge line than we normally do. And I just wanna go ahead, I don't want to overwork her. And I also don't want her to try any of those acrobatics with me on her. So we will go ahead and go ahead and ask her to come meet up. And she's gonna have to walk a bit more to cool off and probably get hosed down because she is sweaty. But that's just a little update. Honestly, didn't quite go how I hoped it would today. She's been doing a lot better off camera, but that's animals for you. You just kind of never know what they're gonna do on a given day. So I'll be honest and say I'm a little disappointed because I thought she was gonna do a bit better to show you guys, because she's been doing so good off camera, lunging, and we go out and I started ground driving her off property, so she's getting exposed to more things, seeing new sights and everything, and she's doing really good with it. I just didn't expect her to be a little spazzy baby today, but she is only 3 and she is a spazzy baby, so that's just kind of how it goes. So if you guys don't want to miss any of the action, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is just kind of the reality of working with young horses, especially rescue horses. You just never know what you're going to get on a given day. And today we got Spicy Vhagar, which honestly it's kind of y'all's first pick at, like, our first view of the spicy side of Vhagar. And it's going to be a long journey getting her from kill pen to Grand Prix. It's going to be years of working together, but that is kind of one of the fun things about working with horses. They challenge you to work and be better and learn and grow. And so we're just going to keep working together and see what tomorrow looks like. But we'll see you guys again soon. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have any suggestions for how we were training, what you guys do through those spunky baby moments, Don't forget to leave them in the comments below. I read all the comments, so I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.